All right, today I decided to make the famous Haitian PIKLIZ. As you can see, this is all the ingredients that I'm going to be using in the video. So you're going to go ahead and wash all your ingredients with some cool water. Make sure you wash them very well. If you have to wash it like 3 times, 4 times, go ahead and do that to make sure you remove all the dirt and debris. So now we're going to move on to chopping our cabbage. Okay, you can chop it as small as you like, as thick as you like. I personally do not prefer the big chop, or the big or the thick cabbage. I like my cabbage to be a little bit small, or you can do even smaller than I'm doing. I've seen people go smaller, which it tastes even better when you chop it small. Okay. Then you can also put red cabbage in there as well. I also prefer to use the pre-chopped carrots. It makes life easier. You know what I mean? Then as you chopping, you just want to take everything and dump them in a bowl, or a big bowl, a big container. Now we're going to move on to the pepper. You can use any color of bell pepper that you want. I went with the green, and also chop it as small as you'd like. To me, I say the smaller the better. In the video, I cut mine a little bit too big, but next time I will definitely take my time to make sure I chop it off as small as I can. Okay, just watch your finger. I'm not good at chopping, so that's why I was going a little bit big. All right. Yeah, so then after we finish chopping our peppers, okay, we will go ahead and move on to the next ingredient, which is onions. And you can use whatever color onion that you'd like. You don't have to stick to one specific color. You know what I mean? You can, just like the bell pepper, you can put all of them, all 3 colors, if you'd like. Next time, I will definitely do that. I want to also mention that for our ingredients, I also have garlic powder. I use seasoning powder. I use onion powder. And I also have sour orange, not sweet orange, sour orange. If you go to Walmart, you're not gonna find sour orange. You have to go to the Caribbean stores, okay? Like the Jamaican stores, sometimes the Hispanic stores will carry it. You know what I mean? Or I've also was looking around the store, and I also did see sour orange in a bottle, that comes in a bottle. I did not want to use that. When it comes to like Haitian PIKLIZ, I want to stick to tradition. We use everything from, like, we use the actual fruit itself, or the actual orange itself. We don't buy pre-bottled you know oranges, or juice, or you know what I mean. uh but if that's all you have access to, go ahead and use it. For me, I rather not, because when I was looking at the ingredients on the bottle, I did not really like what I was seeing. You know what I mean? So I just prefer to just stick to what I know. Okay. um at my house, we have, like a sour orange tree. You know what I mean? So this is the onion that I'm using in the video. Like I mentioned before, feel free to use all 3 different colors of onions if you would like. And then depending also on how much pickles you're making, if you're making it for an event, then, for me, I was just using just this one onion, because I'm just making my pickles for home, to use at home. So, just chop it off again as small as you would like. For me, I would say the smaller the better. Okay, it makes everything taste better when it's smaller. You know what I mean? You don't feel like you eating a whole bunch of onion or a whole bunch of cabbage. So yeah. Um, and then I don't know if I mentioned that I have a big bowl next to me. Every time I finish chopping my ingredients, I just, like you can see right here, I just put everything in the bowl. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna move on to the next ingredient, which is the sour orange. That's what they look like. They look a little rough. Okay, the skin looks a little bit rough. That's how you know it's sour orange. Okay, some of them look nice or soft, but most of them looks a little bit rough, the skin. So I just squeeze it, and then make sure you get a decent amount of sour oranges. I made the mistake of not getting enough sour oranges. So next time when I do my pickles, I'll definitely go back and or I'll definitely get more sour orange. And also I use apple cider vinegar. Don't use too much vinegar because it might mess up your pickles. Okay. Also, don't use too much lemon or too much lime. It can also mess it up. So use decent amount depending on the amount of pickles you're trying to make. Okay, so I just squeeze everything and set the juice to the side like that. That's why I put it in a little bowl. All right, this is the vinegar that I'm gonna use. Okay, so 2.5 cups because I was not making too much pickles. Okay, and then this part as well is also optional. You don't have to use the red cabbage, but I wanted to try it. This was my first time making pickles and put that red cabbage in there. It doesn't change the taste, in any way because it's still cabbage. So just chop it off just like the green cabbage, and you put it in the bowl as well. Okay. So, yep. And you can eat pickles with anything. With anything. Not just with fritai, like, usually when we make pickles, we usually eat it with fritai. You can eat it with boiled eggs. You can eat it with rice. You can eat it with fried eggs. You can eat it with you can eat it just like that if you want. Okay? And then it's healthy because it's just like vegetables or that you're just using, you know what I mean? And then it keeps all its flavor because you're not boiling it, you're not doing anything. You just take it, chop it off, put it in a container. It's really, really good. It's really, really good. It's like coleslaw. I don't know how to make coleslaw, but if you want a reference, it's kind of like coleslaw, except it's not like, it doesn't have that sweet taste to it. Okay. So this is my big container that I'm using, this stainless bowl, and just put everything in there and start mixing. And you get this beautiful tri-color, multiple color salad, if you will. You see, you just mix everything really well. You can wear a glove while you do this process, or you just can use your clean, washed hands, okay? So, how beautiful is that? Gorgeous. Yep. Real gorgeous. Then I went and I added my gloves because I wanted to chop those hot peppers. Please make sure you wear gloves at all times because you don't want to forget. You can touch the pepper, you wash your hand, and then you still have it under your nail. You go and you like touch your eyes, and then you cause problems for yourself. So please wear gloves when you do this part of the process. And you just take everything and add it to the bowl, mix it, add your juice, which is the apple cider, the lime, and the sour orange. And you add your garlic powder, your seasoning powder, and then your onion powder. You don't have to add all these powder. You can add just the seasoning powder, but I just went ahead and did that. Then you want to find you a glass container with a tight seal cap, and you put it in there. Or I also use like an old pasta sauce glass bottle, like you can see right here. I just take it, wash it very well, and then use that container, and then you put it in the fridge. This was the rest, and then I just put it in the big plastic bowl, and then I cover it really tight, and that's it. Bye.